get built, and slaves are building it. You know my family never believed in slavery. Me, Abigail Adams being called the First Lady? I don't think so. Since I have had such a simple life. I was born on November 11th, 1744 in Weymouth, Massachusetts. I remember sitting on those cold church benches and listening to my father's church sermons. Even though my sisters and I didn't get to go to school and my brothers did, my father still let us read in his library. When I was about 17 years old, John Adams started visiting my house. He loved to read books too, like me, and he loved to listen to my ideas. It took you 3 whole years to actually ask me to marry you. I said yes, and then we moved out to a farmhouse in Braintree, Massachusetts, across the street from your parents' house. When I was at home with the 2 children at the time, Nabby and John Quincy, when you were mostly out in Boston. So we just moved to Boston since you worked there mostly. When you were in Boston, the British soldiers asked you to defend their soldiers. I kept encouraging you to do it, so you did. After that, you got called for the First Continental Congress to represent Massachusetts. That's when you went out to Philadelphia. After you did the First Continental Congress, you got called for the Second Continental Congress. And that's when you signed the Declaration of Independence. I kept writing to you in my letters, please try and put "Remember the Ladies" and "Free the Slaves" on it. It didn't happen at the time, but then it happened later. After the Continental Congress, you went to France with a friend of yours, Thomas Jefferson, from the Continental Congress, and our son, John Quincy. You were there for a while without me, so I just joined you. Well, I didn't like it there very much because all of the fancy dresses and all of the fancy buildings, not my type. So after that, we just went home to our farmhouse in Braintree, Massachusetts. Abigail Adams died on October 28th, 1818. Little did she know that 8 years later, her son John Quincy became a president. And also, she was the wife of a president and the mother of a president. And also, her letters became famous. In 1920, her words, "Remember the Ladies," were used. And also, that's why we should remember Abigail Adams.